So I entered this monthly competitions, this prop firms monthly competitions, and I'll be undertaking the competition on funding pips as well as my FX, my funded FX competition too. So there are two accounts that I'll be running them consecutively the same through the month of November, sorry, up until the end of it. So I'll just talk briefly about this account because they are all the same. I'll be just taking the same trades on the both accounts, and we'll see what will unveil at the end of the month. So having in mind the prop firm account that I was undertaking, the company ended up closing and prematurely my trading wasn't done. I opened up the balance with the 5,000 of that prop firm account that I was running. I was running it with the 5,000 USD. It was a 5,000 account, but at the time of the closing of the prop firm, my balance was at 4,800. So I was working on bringing up and focus on passing up the challenge. So once it closed up, so I ended up opening another demo account with that balance in mind. So having in mind the past target was around was it 600? The past target, no, the past target was 400 profit. So having in mind I had a balance of 800, so that means I had 600 profit to make to pass. So I'll be targeting to target that 600 profit on that demo account, which I'll just go ahead and do a video on that later on as it's still on progress. So now that's what led me now to joining these competitions again and just creating more content for this channel, and again continuing testing my executions, continuing testing again my plans, and I see how they are going to work, because these competitions are really good in gauging the emotions too, measuring, seeing how I'm going to perform in certain conditions, and yeah, they are good. So I'll give it a go. We'll see what will happen. So at least for this, there's a timeline. There's 1 month, so it's good. There'll be some good content, and I'll be taking on these competitions up until when they're going to end. So each and every month, I'll be taking on the competitions, whether I win or a loss. The main thing will be seeing the progress of how I'm progressing in my trading behavior. So there'll be no pressure. I'll just be taking it calm, just trying to be a robot as I'm executing on these markets. So now coming to the first trade that I've taken on this account, since I joined in November, so the 1st of November was the first trade that I took, the NFP Friday, and it was a profit. Actually, it was a 300 profit. Not where I'm targeting in terms of profit of taking, because actually this are 1 hour profit according to how my plan is on targeting these accounts. As much as it's an 100,000 account, it's still they're still prop firms. So I'm working with $8,000 around here, because that's the threshold that I'm supposed to hold. If I go below 8,000, then the challenge is lost. So I'm programming my mind to work with $8,000, not the 100,000. That's right there. That's 8% of the account. And my target, I'm targeting on at least achieving 10%. That's 10,000. So that's what my goal is by the end of the month. And to achieve that, I'm looking at having profits of around 1,000 or maybe 800 there. So 300 being my risk, being my what I'm planning to risk, and probably just targeting 3 times of that 300, or maybe 2 times 600 or something there. But 300 will be my basis target, what I'll be targeting in terms of the challenge in the due course of the 30 days that will be ongoing Of course, I won't be executing on every days. It will be a selective in terms of certain days on which I'll be executing on it, and we'll basically see how it will end up to be by the end of November. So it's another content that I'll be creating upon these challenges. So coming to analyze on this trade, how I took it and why I executed the trade, I'm going to maximize the view, and this platform of theirs is really kind of challenging. I'm not versatile with it, and we'll just move as we go. So I executed this trade on a NFP on a Friday, 15 minutes, and it was a reversal trade, and I was really keen on targeting this liquidity that was resting below here. By the time I was executing, price was around here, so I'll just do an analysis. So there was this liquidity resting here, and it's what I was targeting, and there was another inefficiency that was here. Where are you now? There was this inefficiency here. It was a fair value gap. Again, I was looking bullish fair value gap as price has been lower, but we had a change in market direction here. Once we change that direction, we haven't managed to take out that swing low yet. So from this pull going up above, we left another fair value gap here, and it was key for me to see market really gravitate way below there, stop around there and proceed going higher. So as market was going higher, I wasn't really looking to chase it, but I was waiting for market to come retrace below here to proceed going up above there. So in line with this gap, there's this liquidity that was resting here in form of equal lows. We are going to see them well on the 15-minute time frame. And the reason why I entered that sale, because I entered that sale after NFP, which NFP happened around on this candle here. And as you can see, this liquidity that was here was basically purged. Price didn't manage to close above. Otherwise, if price had managed to close above these swing high equal highs that were here, I wouldn't have looked for the trade going low. So going down the 15 minutes, we can see there was this equal highs that were resting here as price was here, and there was these equal lows, relative equal lows that were here, closer to that 1H FAG that was there. So by me executing now, price was this way actually before the NFP. So the NFP happened and we came up, we purged that swing low, we managed to close on the 15 minutes. But once I saw on the 1 hour that we were struggling to really go up, that's where I executed on the 1 minute time frame. So now going below on the 1 minute time frame, having all that analysis in mind, I don't know if this has a of showing executions. Okay, whatever. So I executed the trade here. Was it? Yeah, I executed the trade here. This was my execution actually here. That was my execution point, because I remember on my other accounts I was waiting for price to come back to this gap, but price didn't manage to come up. So on my other accounts I had my pending order right below here, it didn't come, but once price we came below, we displaced below this here, and as well as this swing low that was right here. Why this swing low? Because it was the one that projected price higher, taking up this swing highs here. So once we displaced below it, it was a change in market direction for me, and that's where I managed to take the price. And this gap here was really looking for price to come and purge it, but price didn't come. So once I saw this candle close bearish, this right here, kind of engulfing this one, but it hadn't engulfed it yet, so I executed my sell order right there, with my target being below this by points of liquidity that was there. But on this, I managed to close the trade around here, as I was seeing it meandering, not really in a mood to go lower. So I managed to close the trade here, having in mind it was an NFP. I didn't want to waste much more time with the trade, so I closed the trade right around here, somewhere here, and just take whatever the profit. So again, I was low on risk. I wasn't looking really to risk much, so I was okay with that being the first trade of this account. And again, I wanted to have something as the first video for this account. So that was it. That was the trade plan. Sell from here. My stop loss was around here. Yeah, my stop loss was around here. Then target was those swing low that's seeing on the 15-minute time frame. And the trade ended up winning well. It was a reversal of the NFP, targeting those pools of liquidity as I've just stated earlier, what I wanted to see. So that was it. Price came all the way, and after me exiting, price came well below, took all that liquidity, respected the fair value gap on the 1H, and again we see now price gapped up higher, coming again, proceeding to go upward. So with this, is giving me signs that USD wants now to start going up. But again, I'll be sitting on my hands, today being a Monday and tomorrow being election day on the US, and see what will prevail from that. I really don't want to have much more to do. Probably this week I might sit on my hand and wait and see what will happen after the election. Then probably I may execute then after the election. So that's it as the first trade of this account. So I'm looking for the next trades, and as long as I execute, I'll be recording each and every trade that I'll take on this challenge up until the end of it. So that will be it for the analysis of this challenge account.